Hey man, Marvel, please, 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 please don't forget Iron Fist, bro. So the multiverse, all this shit huge right now, bro. Marvel locking in all gears ahead with Multiverse of Madness. That shit was number one for I don't know how long, bro. I seen it twice. I seen it once, regular IMAX. Seen it the second time in 4D. One of the best decisions of my life. Don't know if I'm gonna see a 4D movie ever again, but that definitely was a experience that I'll never forget. Listen, man, we fresh off of Spider-Man No Way Home, bringing back Toby and Andrew and all of the gang. But we also got the return of Daredevil, Matt Murdock.
Let's hear what he has to say. Matt?
You're gonna need a really good lawyer. Peter, you may have dodged your legal troubles, but things will get much worse. There is still a court of public opinion.
How did you just do that?
I'm a really good lawyer.
Now we just got the confirmation that season 4 of Daredevil will be coming on Disney Plus after months and months of rumors of him returning, even before No Way Home. I think it was when the rumors started of them moving everything on to Disney Plus, because we all knew that they were moving everything to Disney Plus anyway before it even came, because that just seemed like the common sense thing to do. You now have a streaming service, cut ties with Netflix shit. Fuck y'all need them for, so we all knew it was coming. And I'm excited. A lot of people are scared they ain't gonna keep it dark and this, that, and the third. Daredevil don't need to be dark. If as long as it's good. And to be honest, I do agree. It do need to stay in that same fucking tone that season 1, 2, and 3 stayed in. They're bringing Daredevil into the MCU. I fully understand what that means, and I expect them to MCU-ize Daredevil. I know there are going to be some unexpected jokes that probably weren't going to be, that we don't get in season 1, season 2. It don't feel like no kiddie Marvel show where jokes are inserted in where they don't even. There's going to be 3 or 4 jokes that are going to be inserted into these episodes that we don't care about. It's just to be expected. Who cares? We can move past that. It's the MCU. We've been here for over 10 years now, man. That's shit to be expected. We ain't tripping over that shit. What we worried about is the story, is the character as a whole actually gonna be affected because of Disney's nature to be scared to go the R-rated route and shit like that, and really dive deep into the TV MA and 17 and shit like that. Are they really gonna do it? We can't, hold DC. I'm finna call their ass DC. We can't hold Disney to that standard, bro, because we know what Disney is and what they done in the past, what they gonna continue to do. I also recently, rewatched Luke Cage, and then I watched season 2, which I never got around to watching. And I don't know why I ain't never got around to watching that shit, because season 2 was raw as fuck, bro. Man, Mariah has to be one of the best villains in the MCU. Even Cottonmouth, bro, and Bushmaster. All 3 of them motherfuckers, man. Cottonmouth, they killed him off too early, man. He should have been there for at least the beginning of season 2, and then they could have offed him. I want a season 3 of Luke Cage too, while we at it. I always thought Iron Fist was the best of all the Netflix shows. I watched them all. After locking in with Daredevil, I still ain't watched Jessica Jones. I don't know nothing about Jessica Jones. Never read a Jessica Jones comic. I ain't seen the show. I'm going to get into it eventually because it's on Netflix. It's on Disney Plus now, so shit. I'm going to eventually lock in with Jessica Jones, you feel me? I always thought Iron Fist was the best one, just off of season 1 alone, because I had never even seen season 2. And to me, upon rewatching this shit, I still think Iron Fist season 1 the best out of all the shows. It started with Danny returning to a world unknown. He trying to come to terms with the new world. And one thing about him, he's still that little kid, bro. He don't know how to maneuver as an adult, bro. He go around telling motherfucker he the Iron Fist, bro. Like, what superhero do this shit? At the beginning, what makes it even worse, is pretty much everybody is the villain. So he can't even really maneuver. He coming back to a world unknown, don't know how to maneuver, and everybody his enemy. And even after everything cleared up, a couple episodes into the season, most everybody they still against his ass. And his only real friend is Colleen Wing, bro. And there are a lot of plot points to the story. The story know exactly where it want to go. That's the one thing about season 2. I mean, season 2, goddamn. Season 1, bro. Say what you want to about season 1. You can say the writing, all this. Listen, at least the story, they knew exactly where they wanted to go with the story. That's one of the strongest points I could say about season 1. It has some of the best acting in the MCU, in my opinion. We never really get to see Kunlun, so it's almost mysterious to us as it is to the characters around them. But, as the show moves along, we uncover more with flashbacks and shit like that. A huge conspiracy unravels. We find out Colleen Wing, her sensei is Bakuto. He's a hand leader, and he seeks to capture Danny and use him for his own gain. Again, Harold is still the main villain, and he was manipulating everything from the start. We all knew this. They showed this in the first episode. Harold he locked in. He got everybody under his wing, and they really don't know it. It's almost like some Emperor type shit. They still leave too many questions to be unanswered. That shit just lazy writing, bro. That shit unfortunate. And it's the worst part of the show. Majority of the time, they take the easy way out. And it does begin to bleed into season 2. Sticking to season 1 just for a little bit. Ward to me off the chain, bro. That nigga that played Ward, bro, because I mentioned that shit about acting earlier. Bro, the guy that played Ward, man, my hat's off to you. You got to be top 3 best actor in the MCU, bro. That shit. He has some scenes in this. I was like, why he ain't showed up in none of the Marvel movies? He only in the show? Like, that's why I'm saying that's why I'm glad they using phase 5 to bring in these multiverse level characters and really lock in with that side of Marvel. And they finally using that to bring in these TV show characters. Because the TV show, as we know, is some of the best parts of Marvel. We get to see the best side of Marvel almost on TV through Daredevil, through Luke Cage, through Defenders, through Iron Fist. Man, all of these shows, even, to be honest, Defenders could have been way better. I even think, to be honest, that's probably even worse than Iron Fist was the Defenders. But I liked it. I just need some work done to it. But, moving on to season 2, because he spent most of the show not being the Iron Fist. Come on, bro. And I know that's part of the story, but they gave more time to the supporting cast and the characters than they did to Danny in season 2. And that's one of my main gripes of season 2. And they barely gave Danny an arc, bro. It's supposed to be the Iron Fist. Episode 8, they started to turn it around. The showrunner, to be honest, you could tell, the showrunners were a little bit lazy. Or maybe it wasn't even the showrunners, but it was Marvel as a whole. And, that's really the show's overall fuck up. And that's what's holding it back, is that Marvel was lazy with it. I don't know what was going on behind closed doors, but it's almost like they were the ones who didn't give a shit about it. All the fans, the cast, and the crew, everybody else did. They even made Colleen the Fist before they gave it back to Danny. Is that even comic book accurate? It could be, and it didn't look wrong, for her to have the white fist and all that. That was cool, but to give it to her before you give it back to Danny.
Okay.
Unless there was a strong plot device that they were going to use and they were going to acknowledge it in season 3, I don't know. That move was weird to me. In a fight scene between Danny and Walker, Davos and Colleen, we only saw Davos and Colleen, and it was just cut to Danny on the floor bleeding and shit like that with Misty coming to his rescue. Come on. What the... I thought it was supposed to be Iron Fist, bro. I don't know. Season 2 that's where the fighting kind of dipped off for me. Cause season 1 has some of the best fights in the MCU, bro. And I know you're gonna hear that a lot because, like I said, in my opinion, Iron Fist is the best show in the MCU. So it's gonna have a lot of best. But with that comes a lot of worse too in their case, because they didn't, like I said before, that's one of the main problems with the film. I mean with the movie, with the show, god damn it, is that it seemed like they was lazy with it. Like they didn't even really want to lock in with it for real, because either it was because of the critical reception, which is somewhat understandable. But even then, bro, Marvel are the main ones that know that regardless of critical reception, if you continue moving forward with your plan and it's a good one, you're gonna be successful regardless. But Ward, he's easily the best character in this show by episode 10. I love the team up with Ward at the end, and that's what the show should have been from start, to be honest with you. It's almost like they sabotaged Finn Jones with this shit, bro. Like the last 30 minutes was better than the half of the season, to be honest with you. And the first episode does, however, set up season 3, and it makes it inherently clearer, and it shows upon rewatching it, because I had to go back and rewatch episode 1, because it's like, man, I felt going through the show I missed something, which I did because I was eating. I spaced out a couple times during episode 1, so it was a lot I missed. And, upon rewatching it, it actually made me enjoy season 2 a little bit better, because season 1 actually does a lot of the groundwork. It shows us Davos' plan to take over the city and destroy those who won't align with him. He feels Danny owes him something. Both him and Joy feel like Danny ruined their lives coming back. So Davos leaving him by coming back and leaving Kunlun, and then when he came back and took over the company, we all know what happened with that in season 1. Shit, they teased Colleen learning about her mom, and then the street war between the Triad gang. Episode 1 of season 2 really laid the groundwork for the whole season, to be honest with you. And in the last episode, teasing season 3 with Ward and Danny teaming up, Danny realizing his full potential with the two fish. I say episode 1 and episode 10 were probably the best episodes out the season. That's where it seemed like they put in the most work and the most effort, but I don't know. Finn Jones, he even, teased in an interview last year that season 3 was going to be a buddy storyline in foreign lands with Ward. And shit, it was going to be made by the same showrunner from season 2, bro. Season 2 was a strong step up from season 1. But it even dipped below season 1 in terms of standards, in my opinion, a couple times. But if it was all a part of a coherent story that we get to see in season 3, I'm all for it. I ain't gonna lie. Get it going on the right track, in the right direction. Something like that, because those fight scenes that we got, I don't know, that shit ain't gonna cut it. Because with Iron Fist, it ain't no in between. Either you gonna get one of the best fights in the MCU, like with that Drunken Fist Wushu from season 1, or it's gonna be some of the worst fights, cause they be lazy with it. Sometimes the choreography so lazy, literally in the show you can see where the fight was so fake, the punch didn't even reach the nigga face, bro. I be like, come on, y'all let that shit make the cut. And that's why I say, man, it's almost like the whole team behind it, as far as Marvel-wise, was lazy behind it. Like, they barely gave them any money, or I don't know what was going on, but it seemed like everybody was lazy coming to work, except the actors and the cast, pretty much. The cast and the crew, pretty much. Everybody was lazy with it, and most of the crew, shit. Actually finishing the storytelling is what they need to do. What happened to Kunlun, even though we get more flashbacks to Kunlun, which I appreciated, we never actually understood what the fuck was going on. Nothing about the Kunlun situation was even mentioned at all during the season, really, after episode 1. I take that, but maybe it was mentioned once or twice after episode 1. That's it. So I don't know if season 3, if that was gonna go all out and really have Danny use the fist and fully realize, as fans say, then I don't know about y'all, but that's all I need to hear. Cause one of my biggest issues of season 2 was that he didn't even really get to use the one fist he had. Shit. And like I said, I know it was the part of the story, but it went on too long, to be honest. But I don't know, man. That's just my take on the whole Iron Fist situation. Like I said, the whole point of this video just to put Marvel on notice. If y'all really lock in with Iron Fist, it really could 100% all around. Not just me saying this, but the whole world could be behind Iron Fist. Cause the acting, none of it, bro. The acting was fine. You know, sometimes Finn can really lock in with it too much, and he can go overboard with it, and you could really feel like he a teenage kid or something. It ain't Finn's fault. That little shit don't even really bother me. The main thing was the writing and the fighting scenes. They fixed that up and then add more to the story, like with Kunlun, and we get to see more of that. You know, man, this show would be a slam hit because the acting is on point, bro. The story is there. You feel me? They got characters. You know, the dialogue is there. We get a sense of what's going on, but it's just like they don't flesh everything out, and everything is done lazily. They take the easy way out a lot of times. Listen, man. That's all I got to say for y'all. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead, slap that like button, and comment what you think, because I want to know what y'all think about Iron Fist 2. Do y'all think Iron Fist is weak? I don't. I think it's a great show, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. Lock in with me on Instagram. I'll be on Instagram the most. DM me, talk to me in the comments so we can get it busting. Let's get it, gang. Other than that, man, subscribe, and we're gonna be back in the next video. Take it easy. iPhone up.
Trapping on spot like it's